Oh, no, we're not. Alrighty. Let's see. To pause the chat, point to a message, or take other actions. Welcome, remember to guard your policy. Alrighty. Hi guys, how are you doing? Let me know that you're here. Drop an adjective that describes how your day is going in the chat right now. And I'll say for me, my day has been going slow. Very, very slow. Remember to blah, blah, blah. Sorry, I'm just reading some messages. But hey, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Again, somebody said blah, someone said relax. That's good. Yeah, I'm on like it's like slow. It's not blah, but it's a little slow. And I'm just letting everybody know, drop an adjective about how your day is going. I actually just did my hair. I just did a wash and go, if you guys can tell. I tried 3 products that I haven't featured on my channel yet. Hi, Deasia. And I'm really liking them. So slow. Deasia, I feel you, girl. I feel you. But yeah, I'm really liking them. I actually did 2 different wash and go methods on 2 halves of my head. So Wilka, that's interesting. Hey, Neverland. But okay, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So today, I'm actually just gonna be hanging out with you. I know I usually come on here and I have like a whole thing planned and I'm teaching you, but today is really gonna be more of kind of like a relaxed type of live. So if you guys have any questions for me, please feel free to leave them in the chat because I'll be answering, I'll try to answer all your questions. But I really just wanna talk about like where I have been because I feel like hey Devin, hey Marcella, I feel like I haven't necessarily been MIA from my channel, but I do know that I haven't been making like sit down videos. I've been coming to you guys live a lot because it's just easier for me right now with where I am. So I just want to talk about that a little bit. Ooh, let me put that back up so y'all don't see what's on my floor because it's a little junky in here. This is my filming room, by the way. So those things over there, those are like my backdrops. Sometimes when you see colored backgrounds, that's what that is. So basically right now, I am ready to come back to YouTube, like for real, for real. I know that in March, I said that I was back and I really have been. I've been posting, I've been going live a lot more. But I want to start making like fully edited sit down videos that are kind of geared towards teaching you. And the reason why is because I finished creating my course. So if you guys don't know, I have been creating an online natural hair course since January, really since December, because in December I was trying to figure out like, how am I going to do this? But in January, I actually started putting together an online course that women could take so that they could learn their hair. And the reason why I put this course together is because I know that there's a gap when it comes to natural hair care. Like if you feel like you don't know what to do with your hair, if you feel like your hair is always dry, if you feel lost, if you watch YouTube videos and you still don't know what to do, I've made the course exactly for that type of person because as someone on YouTube, I saw that there were women who would watch all these videos, and I used to be one of them, and still your hair is not flourishing, it's not progressing. So I created a 6-week coaching course where you actually get to talk to me twice a week. You get to have contact with me for a full 6 weeks, and I teach you how to learn your hair identity. So I teach you how to learn your porosity, your hair strand thickness, your density, and your curl pattern. You have to know those 4 things in order to understand your hair so that you can then implement a regimen that honors those 4 aspects. So after I teach you how to understand your hair identity, I teach you how to build a regimen around that. And then once I teach you how to build a regimen around that, I teach you hair techniques that you need to know for your hair identity. So like low porosity people need to have a certain type of hair care technique versus high porosity people, or fine strands need something different than thick strands. So I teach you, basically it's like a natural hair boot camp packed into 6 weeks and 12 sessions with me. And so I have completely finished creating that. It took a few months because I was actually creating the course as I was working with a few people. That way I knew that I was making content around what was really going to be helpful for what you guys are struggling with. So in the course, I talk about like what to do when your hair growth is is stagnated, and I tell you exactly how to identify that and how to fix that. We talk about single strand knots, how to get rid of them, like we go really deep into a lot of concepts that you'll see in like 5-minute YouTube videos. So let me know in the comments if you guys feel like this is something that you need or just something that you think is good. I'm really not, I mean, of course, I'm always promoting my course, but I'm not really here to promote my course. I'm also here just to talk with you guys because I feel like I haven't been on here for a while. But I'm just super happy because my course wrapped up last week. So the end of the 6 weeks, it happened. I had a few women go through the course and they all got really great results. And I'm excited to share with you guys some of their before and afters and their thoughts. I'm going to be sharing that on my Instagram soon. And yeah, so now that I've done that, I can now give my focus to YouTube. And so it was just very hard for me to focus on creating video content while also creating a course and working with women on a pretty much daily basis and caring for their hair. And the thing about YouTube videos is they take a long time, like a long time, especially with hair care, because like it takes me hours to do my hair. So you pile on another hour or two just to start filming your hair, then you have to edit it. So it's a lot, but I'm ready to give my focus to YouTube. So what I have coming up, I've been editing a video right now. That's a lip swatch video on the Lip Bar. Let me know if you guys have heard of the Lip Bar. They're a Black woman-owned lipstick company that makes vegan cosmetics, and they focus on really just empowering women to understand that you're beautiful in your own way, in your own right. You're worthy of pampering, and I really love their messaging. I'm gonna tell you guys more in the video. That should be up this week. That video will be up this week. And then I also have a video on how I blow dry my hair. I just blow dried my hair and it was real long. It was about an inch from my hip, I believe, like 1.5 inches maybe from my hip. So if you guys can believe, this is like all the way down to my my hip. Yeah. So yeah, that will be up probably next week. That I'll edit that after I get the Lip Bar video up. And then after that, I think what I want to do is teach you guys how to build your own regimen. So like, how do you like find your cleanser? How do you find your conditioner? How do you know when you need to use moisture versus protein? I think that's something that I want to do, but I want to make sure that you guys want to see it. So go ahead in the chat, let me know if like learning how to build your regimen is important to you. I think I also want to do a video on what to do when you feel like your hair isn't growing, or really why your hair isn't growing. And I can talk about that forever. And I'll just go ahead and say everybody's hair is growing. If you feel like your hair isn't growing, there's something that you are doing to your hair that's causing it to break off, or there's something that you're not doing. There may be something that you're lacking in your regimen that's causing your hair to break off just as quickly as it grows out. So Yannick says, yes, I love Boss. Boss, that's what I'm wearing right now, Boss. And Drama Queen lipstick. I have Drama Queen as well, and she's super vampy. You guys will see in the swatch video. Zaire says, hey Zaire. Bella Natural says, how do you like Trelux products? Just saw your Instagram story. So should I share how I feel? Yes, I'll share with you. So my feelings on Trelux, I'll say like overall, I like them. I think there are like some things, it's not bad. Like Trelux is not bad, but they're not as like super moisturizing as I want them to be. As you guys can see, my hair does like them. But essentially, like if I were to have Trelux products, I would use them on certain occasions. Like when I really just want my wash and go to pop, I don't necessarily want my hair to be uber moisturized, but I want my wash and go to be like really, really nice for a picture or something like that, which sometimes I do. I do have certain products that I use more so for the look of them, like when I have photo shoots and stuff like that. And they have really great ingredients. They are very moisturizing. They're just not like, I just like maximum moisture. Like give me as much moisture as possible. And Trelux doesn't give me that maximum moisture feel. But I still like them. So Tamara says, please try more DevaCurl products. I have tried a lot of DevaCurl products. I feel like I've tried all the ones that I think agree with my hair type. So I've tried this serum, all the DevaCurl Decadence products. And how I feel about DevaCurl products, let me see, is there anything else? I haven't tried their gels, but I'm not like a gel person. I kind of like am starting to steer away from Diva Curl products just because I want to go more towards like very, very natural products. So I haven't really been checking for Diva Curl in a sense. So I don't know if I will be trying more Diva Curl products. I think I've kind of tried enough from them and now I'm ready to move on. Janice says, what is your top moisture conditioner? My number one moisture conditioner is the Giovanni Deeper Moisture Smoothest Silk Conditioner. That is amazing. But actually, I think I would say the Mael Mangango Oil Hydrating Conditioner with protein free. That is amazing. If you've never tried that and you have issues with moisture or your hair feeling like your hair not feeling soft, that will make your hair feel like, well, that will make most people's hair. Let me not say like everybody. That will make most people's hair feel like silk. It's very, very hydrating, and it has an excellent slip. I wouldn't use it as a deep conditioner though. So those are my two like detangling conditioners, I guess you could say. And then my top moisture conditioner is the Curl Origin Double Moisture Overnight Mask. I have been using that now. I want to say it's been a year. Has it been more than that? It could be. I think it's over that. I think it's like a year and a half at this point. I love that deep conditioner. Everybody should try that deep conditioner. Whenever I work with anybody who's having issues with dryness, issues with their curl pattern, not like being consistent from root to tip, issues with dry and frizzy roots, the Curl Origin Double Moisture Mask is a very, very moisturizing mask for all hair types. And I hope they never change the formula because I would be very upset. And Marquina says, yes, Mael is everything. Yeah, that Mangango oil hydrating conditioner is really, really good. So I talked about some of the things that I have coming up on the channel. Oh, I see some more questions. I'll come back to that. So I have some things coming up on the channel, which you guys, again, let me know if you want to see a video on how to build a regimen and what to do, like why your hair isn't growing. Because again, I could talk about that for a real long time. And that's going to be a very, very honest video. Because there are times when I talk to people, some people reach out to me for curl coaching and they're like, I want my hair to be beautiful. I want my hair to grow. And then they're like, oh, but I don't make time to deep condition, or I don't moisturize every day, or I don't really like want to spend time on my hair. And it's like, for anything to grow, for anything to flourish, you have to invest time into it. You're not going to have like optimum hair if you're not giving it optimum care. Ooh, that's a tweet. But yeah, like you have to focus on what you want to grow. You can't just have good hair, and now I wouldn't say good like it's a different grade of hair, but good like healthy. You cannot have healthy hair and not put in the work to get it. So with the video on like why your hair isn't growing, a lot of it's going to be because you're not implementing what you know you need to be implementing, or you're not being disciplined or being consistent. And then also there is a knowledge piece. I completely know and understand that a lot of people don't know their hair, and that, oh gosh, it's so empowering when you know your hair, you know it works, and you can just alleviate that stress and that anxiety and that frustration of like, what is going on? I'm so confused. And so that's why I'm making that video basically. So if you want to hear it, let me know in the comments. Tamara says, yes, please do the why your hair isn't growing video. Okay. Janice says yes to both. That's a good one. Please send me the name of those products to my email. Stephanie, the live is going to be saved. So if you want to just rewatch it, I said it around minute like 10, 11. So yeah. Janice says, if you work out, how do you care for it? Working out every day, 5 to 6 days a week. Wow, that's amazing that you work out that much. If you work out, I would say that you just want to be cognizant of your hair type first. So this is a very general recommendation because I don't know your hair identity. But generally, you just want to make sure that you're keeping your hair moisturized, and you want to make sure that you're keeping your hair protected, and you don't want to play in your hair every day. Like every time you work out, you don't want to have to restyle your hair, because that's going to, on most hair strands, thick hair strands can withstand it, but on most hair strands, that's going to cause breakage and also moisture loss. So I would say style your hair in a low manipulation hairstyle, which basically means you aren't having to manipulate it every day. And then I also would recommend making sure you have really good moisturizing products, and then adding in a little moisture every day or two, depending on your moisture levels. You may even want to go for twice a day if your hair is very dry, to your hair. And then also you want to rinse your hair about midweek, because when you sweat is essentially like salt it's water and salt. And when it dries on your scalp, the salt is going to dry in your roots and in your hair, and that's going to be very drying. So you can rinse your hair up to like 1 to 3 times a week, depending on how much you sweat. When I work out, I'm a sweater. Like I am drenched in sweat every time I work out. So I would just make sure that you're rinsing and co-washing. Co-washing with a cleansing co-wash, not a conditioner, an actual cleansing co-wash. So Melissa says yes, because I don't feel like I know my hair still. Yeah. Yeah. But okay, so something else I was thinking of putting on my channel is videos on crystals. So I have been getting into like just learning about crystals. And while I've been away from YouTube, it's so crazy because I made the video back in November, I think, where I was like, I'm taking a little break. But I have, let me see. I have really been doing a lot of inner work, and I have completely transformed. Like who I am as a person is so different from who I was. Like even back in November, I look back at that video and I'm like, well, I'm not even that person anymore, because I've been doing a lot of, like I said, inner work, a lot of meditating. I've been letting go of a lot of people and things that like drain me, drain my peace. There are people in my life who would like speak down about my talents and about my gifts, and as a result I would speak down and think like small about my talents and gifts. And since letting that go and realizing like who God made me to be, and the fact that like God is in me and I'm equipped to do everything with my gifts that I have, like everything that I need to carry out my purpose and to help the people that I'm put here to help, which are women who are struggling with their hair and struggling to the point where it affects how they show up in life. Women who feel so self-conscious about their hair that they're afraid to go after a promotion at work, or they're afraid to build a business because they don't want to put themselves out there, or even they're afraid to speak up in their family, in their marriages, around their friends. Like that's who I'm here for. And so, like I said, I've been doing a lot of meditating, and through my meditation, I've learned about crystals and how crystals are really like physical reminders of the properties of the earth, which are like qualities of God. So if you guys want to see videos on crystals, I've been talking about it on Instagram, and people on Instagram are like, yeah, make the video, but I want to make sure my YouTube family is on board with that. So I was thinking of doing like an intro to crystals video, like talking about just what they are, how you can use them if you need them, because you don't need anything. Everything that you need is inside of you, but crystals can just be like physical reminders to help assist you in remembering who you are when you're feeling a little like, they can help ground you, and you can get back to your peace and reconnect with, that divine energy. So I was thinking about doing a video about that, and also a video on just how to care for crystals. So this live is basically like a little focus group. Like you guys can just tell me what you want, and then I can do it. So Melissa says, I can see it. You really have a different aura. Oh, wow. Thank you. So the way that I was able to grow so quickly, because I do feel like I did like make a complete 180 really quickly, is I actually worked with a coach. So I feel that with anything, especially I'm a coach, I feel that with anything that you're struggling with, if you try to do it on your own for a certain amount of time and you haven't gotten results, you may need professional help. And there's nothing wrong with that. And it's actually wiser to seek out somebody who is where you are, so they can just tell you the steps that they took so you can also get there. And that's really like the key to success in anything, in business, with hair care, and even in spirituality. So I worked with Curly Nikki. If you guys remember her, she has a blog about natural hair, and she's like the god. I think of her as like the mother of the natural hair blogging world. She is very deep in her spirituality, and she taught me so much. I worked with her for 2 months. She taught me so much. Like I look at the world differently. I look at people differently. Like I understand things completely differently. Yeah, it makes a difference. So the fact that what I was saying was, she said that like, you're changing when people around you start to notice that you're different. Like you definitely will notice, but when other people start thinking like, oh, like you kind of react different to things, like you bring a different presence to the room, you definitely know you're changing. So the fact that you said that means a lot. Um, Stephanie says, good for you going through the same thing. God got us. Yes. Amen. Janice says, this is what I need to do, letting go of all the negative. I would love to know more about your inner journey. Yeah, that's probably going to be a good video to make. If you guys remember last summer, I did a video about like how to maintain your peace and clapback culture, talking about how sometimes it feels like you have to react to people. Like when people come at you a certain way, it's like you're expected to react a certain way. And if you don't, you're quote unquote weak. And really, you're weak when you allow your emotions to run what you do. You're weak mentally and you're also weak spiritually, and you have to keep your spirit nourished and your energy nourished so that you can vibrate high and strong, so when things do come to you, you're able to transmute them with love. That's like the highest thing to do, to approach everything with love. And when you give love, you get love. And even if somebody's not able to reciprocate that love or to understand why you're acting the way you're acting, they'll also probably leave you alone. And then you won't even have to worry about it. Like, you don't even need to truly process negative things, because that's not who you are. You are love, you're peace, you're everything good. And things like negativity, they don't need to live here. You know, we don't want that over here. But somebody said, glad to see you. Miss your videos. You're my favorite YouTuber. Oh, thank you. That's really nice. I appreciate that. So yeah, I just wanted to catch up with you guys. Let's see, what else can I talk about? So I'm actually breaking out right now. Oh my God, if you can see it. I've been slacking on my skincare. While I was creating my course and really like getting that together, I kind of just like stopped paying attention to my skin, and my skin is in a place where it's been here before. If you guys have seen my hair journey video, you know I used to struggle with acne like crazy when I was a teenager, and I'm 25. Just had a birthday like 3 weeks ago, so I'm 25. And I used to struggle a lot with my skin. And then as I became an adult, like I kind of stopped struggling with it. But right now I'm struggling more so with like hyperpigmentation and breakouts. I get breakouts consistently. So I've been researching an esthetician that I can go see, because I want to get into facials. I understand that like what you do at home is really helpful, like building a skincare regimen. But again, seeing a professional when you have a problem, I want to go see a professional. So if that's something you guys want to see, I'm going to share that. I think everybody wants to see that. So I'm just going to go ahead and share that. Hopefully I'll be going soon. It's kind of hard to find a skincare person where I live. I live in Jacksonville, Florida, and it's a little bit difficult to find like really quality people in this area. So hopefully I can find somebody soon. But a few comments are rolling in saying that my evolution is spiritual and my evolution with both spirituality and hair is inspiring to watch. Thank you, Luminous T. Can you do daily videos? That's a good question. So I feel like with a lot of YouTube content creators, or content creators in general, sometimes I feel that if the video isn't perfect, you guys don't want to see it. Or if the video isn't some big lavish thing where we're going somewhere exciting every single day. That's really why I kind of stopped vlogging. I enjoy vlogging, but I don't really do a lot of stuff. Like I kind of just chill at home, build my business, talk to y'all, hang out with my husband, meditate, go to the beach. That's like 2 weeks. That's what I do, like every 2 weeks. And I go to the grocery store. Because I work from home, I don't really go out a lot. And then also because I move around, because my husband's in the military, I don't really know a lot of people in my area. Now, there are some events that I will go to, but not like consistently. So I like daily videos. I just don't know if y'all want to, what do y'all want to see? You know, tell me what you want to see. Stephanie says, love is key. We need to stay encouraged and keep encouraging each other. Thank you, my beautiful sister. You're welcome. And you're absolutely right. You're right. Energy is real. Like the energy that you give people can carry them across a lifetime. When I was younger, I grew up in a situation where we did not have a lot of disposable income. Like truly, I'll give you an example. I used to think a hot glue gun was hella expensive just because every time I wanted to get one, like for school or for my projects, like it was like, no, we don't have enough money. And like I grew up and I realized like hot glue guns are $10. Like I thought they were like $100, you know? Um, and so, but along the way, there were a lot of teachers and a lot of, I guess you could call them mentors who like saw my potential and saw like how I applied myself to things. And they gave me so much encouragement, whether if it was like paying for a field trip so I could go like learn something off campus, off school. My middle school basketball coach like really taught me that it's okay to be obsessed with something and to be super disciplined and like persistent with things, even if you're not the best with it. Like just trying your best is admirable. And the energy of other people have really carried me throughout my life to this point where I am now, where I can then give that energy to other people. So yeah, love is important. Spread some love today. Bella says, I'm always surprised when you say how old you are. You seem so grounded to be that young. Girl, I grew up taking care of people. I think that's why. Calvin says, just do random challenges like stunts or eating crazy stuff or flat earth videos. That is not my vibe. I appreciate that. I appreciate that you want to see daily videos from me. But like stunt videos and like, what are those? Like sensationalized videos, that's not my thing. Like my thing is really like real life type situations, like helping people in their lives, which I understand that can be entertaining and it can be helpful for some people. But like the way my gifts are set up, I'm better at like touching people and speaking like intimately with people. So what else did I want to talk to you guys about? We talked about the course. How about teaching others how to build a business? That's really good. I would love to talk about that. I talk about that on Instagram sometimes, and I think people are mainly there for the hair, but some people are there for building a business. I can talk to you guys about that, especially like with the beginning stages. Where are you, Janice, with your business? Like, are you thinking about it? Are you like in like tell me about where you are with your business so that way I know what you need help with specifically. And if you guys don't know, I have been in business I think I've been officially in business for a year and a half. I feel like it's been longer than that. I guess not. It'll be 2 years in October. Yeah, it'll be 2 years in October. I've had my YouTube channel for 3 years though. And it's great. I love it. So the reason why, when you're live, the craziest people come in here. What in the world? There we go. Business plans, definitely need help with that. Okay. I'll go ahead and say now, if you're looking for help with the business plan, the six-figure chick on Instagram, that's like her lane completely. She has a course on how to like create a business plan and all the background things that go into it. Now, I would be able to help you with the mindset around business, which I can still make a video on. The mindset around business, like how to identify gaps in the market, more like conceptual things, but the tactical business stuff, six-figure chick, check her out. It's the six-figure chick on Instagram. And Samara says, hair type meaning 4 types, or do you mean curl pattern? This question comes up a lot. Should one care about type or curl pattern? Hair type meaning types 4, or do you mean curl pattern? Tamara, I think everybody thinks about curl pattern and hair type differently. I think of hair type, and I don't even call it that. I call it hair identity. I think of hair identity holistically. So what's most important is your porosity, number one. And the reason why I say hair identity is because so many of us have been conditioned to think about only what you can see visually, and that's the only thing that matters because that's the easiest thing, that we get caught up in what's a very small like identifier on what you need to do in your regimen. And it's just there's no way to categorize our hair types. Like my hair type is not on the hair typing chart. I have S curls. I have like curly curls. I have, I think that's basically what I have. Let me see. Yeah, we have a bunch of curls. Like there's no way to categorize it. But what you should be paying attention to is your porosity first and foremost, then your hair strand thickness, then your density, and then your curl pattern. And when I say curl pattern, I just basically mean your texture. Like, is it tight? Is it loose? And either way, there's nothing wrong with that. They're both beautiful, and you can have healthy, flourishing hair with tight or loose hair. But just depending on how tight or loose your hair is going to determine what type of techniques that you use on wash day. Like, for people with tighter curl patterns, it's better to, not better, but it's easier to wash with twists most of the time. Or you want to use like gentler methods when you're blow drying or twisting or braiding, because the kinkier and tighter your hair is, every bend is an opportunity for breakage. So I hope that answers your question. Janice says, I have a couple of business licenses. However, it's not what I want to do. I'm interested in travel, hair, ministry, helping people know and live their purpose and working out. I love that. That's beautiful. So I could possibly do videos on like helping you with the confidence and the courage to pursue what you want. And can you do a separate video on those hair categories, density, etc.? Yeah, probably that. I'll start with that and see where that goes. And when it comes to the hair categories, I guess I could do a video on that. Yeah, I can do that soon. I talk about that a lot in my course where, and again, like my course, it's a 6-week course where I really go deep. You cannot go deep on YouTube when it comes to hair, because I don't know you guys' like lifestyle. I don't know your curl pattern. I don't know the type of products that you're using. I don't know the techniques that you're doing. Like, I can't really consult with you one-on-one through YouTube. So the course is really so I can talk to you one-on-one on a consistent basis. And I can show you what you're doing wrong in your regimen, and then you can change it and get results. And really, a lot of the times, that's all you need. You just need somebody in the background telling you what it is and what it isn't, so you can implement what it is and get faster results. Because I struggled with my hair care for 5 years because I didn't know what to do. And then I finally figured out. But if I had known from jump what to do, who knows where I would be. But I will make a video talking about the different hair porosities or the different hair identities. I'm just going to write that down so I don't forget, because I think that's a good point. A lot of people don't know that. Let's see. Janice says, how can we get your course? So if you go in the description box, I have a link that says get a free hair consultation. And that's how you get the course. So you'll sign up on my scheduler. It'll put an appointment on my calendar and on your calendar. And then we'll go from there. And the course, it is an investment because you will be working with me for 6 weeks. Like, I'll be investing hours upon hours into your personal hair journey, building a regimen for your personal hair lifestyle. So it's an investment. But if you're somebody who is in their purpose, or somebody who wants to live their purpose and wants to help other people, a lot of the times you can't confidently approach people when you're not confident in how you look or confident in how you feel about yourself. So my course is not only about like helping you learn your hair, it's here to help you feel comfortable in yourself. I help women who are struggling with loving their hair, who don't feel like they're worthy or don't feel like their hair is worthy. And by overcoming this challenge and hitting goals that you've had with your hair for months to years, you're able to get the confidence to then apply those same techniques to other areas of your life, and then live big and live full in all areas of your life. And that's truly what I'm here to help women do. I'm here to pour into women and let you know, like, it's okay to dream big. It's okay to want your hair to be butt length, and you can do it. There are tribes in Africa, which I talk about in my course. I can't remember the tribe specifically, where women's hair are to their ankles, like hair to their ankles, hair on the floor. Hair growth is not something that just stops at a certain point. It can be like, but it doesn't stop at shoulder length. Like, your hair, if anything, it would stop around like mid back length if it were to stop. But depending on your regimen, your diet, your lifestyle, like, your hair will just continue to grow. And the way that I feel about hair, I think I had a video where I talked about like how to grow your hair long, and some people were talking about like terminal hair length. And my thing is, like, the way that you feel is what's going to happen. So if you feel like your hair can only get so long, you're going to manifest that. Like, whatever you think in your mind, your mind is going to work to make you right. So that's what's going to happen. And I don't put limits on anything. Like my hair can grow as long as it wants to grow. Like God has no limit. I am the image of God. I'm the physical manifestation of God. My hair has no limits. So we'll talk about that in the course. And like I said, you can book a free consultation with me in my description box. It's powerinyourcurl.as.me. And I look forward to talking to you, Janice, or Janice, excuse me. So let's see. Janice says, I definitely need confidence. That is what I really lack. Yes. And sometimes it's just a matter of deciding that you're going to do it. Like truly, there are people, I think a lot of us struggle, and even I do. I will be so real. Even I struggle with like, can I do this? Like, am I good enough to do this? Like, will people take me seriously? And if I do this, and the thing is, like, if you present yourself, first you want to make sure that your knowledge is right. So you want to make sure your knowledge is right. But as long as your knowledge is right, it's just a matter of putting yourself out there and like feeling the fear and doing it anyway. Like with going live, I used to be so afraid of going live. And now I decided like 5 minutes before I got on here, I was like, oh, I think I'm going to go live today. And I just did it, you know? But you can do it. There are people less qualified than you doing what you want to do and getting results simply because they have the audacity to do it. What you need is the audacity. And even if you don't do it perfect, you learn and grow along the way. There's so many like big companies and big productions that the first 1 or 2 seasons or the first 1 or 2 years, like they weren't that great, you know, but people loved them because of what they had to offer. And then they grew as they went along. And that's what you have to be open to. Like, don't think you need to be perfect. Perfection is just a form of procrastination. It's never, ever, ever going to be perfect. You only need to put the value out there. Put the value out there, help people get transformations and help people. And that will like feed your audience base and your customers. And then you can grow, like you're naturally going to get better. That's just the law of attraction. What you focus on will grow. So the audacity, even if you feel like you're not good enough, do it anyway. Just simply by doing it, you're becoming good enough. Let's see. So you did it too says, do you use the lock method or the LCO method? I don't really use either, actually. And I talk about this in my course as well, like how sometimes we can get really stuck on that. I install moisture with water-based products, and I applied in whatever order I feel like applying it that day. So you're going to get your moisture from by cleansing your hair and by using a quality deep conditioner and a wonderful leave-in conditioner. That's where the majority of your moisture comes from. And then you could also infuse more moisture by using a thicker water-based cream or a milk or something like that. And very seldom will I use oil to seal. You want to be very careful with oil, depending on what your hair identity is. Yvette says, I can't wait to learn my regimen. I can't wait to work with you, Yvette. I really can't. Yvette is somebody who I've had a hair consultation with. I've spoken to her a few times, and I'm excited to get her in the course so I can help her learn her hair and she can get those results that she's been looking for. Let's see. I big chopped, lived in braids, no fake hair. Okay. From the end of year 1 through the start of year 3. Now I have 6 big braids and the bottom 2 as braid outs, no more than 4 days a week at year 3.5. That's really good. I looked crazy for a while, but decided no fake hair and focus on health, not trying to achieve certain styles or length. Now my hair is thriving. It's as long as most YouTubers. Yeah, yes. When it comes to, I teach this to all of my students. When it comes to any goal, you have to put blinders on because there's so many distractions on Instagram, on YouTube, when you go to Target, when you go to Walmart, all these new products, all these new styles. Like, it's just all this stuff that is not going to contribute to the health of your hair. Really, all you need to do is find a super simple regimen that you have no excuse but to do, and then just stick to that. And then you can add in a few things to enhance your regimen. But if your goal is health and length, the little you do to your hair, the better. So that's really good, Lola J. Autobot says, now that the weather has changed, switching from Shea Moisture Low Porosity line to Weed Ad and warming up leave-in, game changer. Yes, I love hearing y'all's wins. That's really good. Tamara says, I'm definitely a water-based type girl. My hair hates oil. Low porosity hair, typically, yeah, keep the oil, keep it away. Low porosity to medium porosity hair. Because of the way your cuticles are, oil can actually just cause buildup and just coat the hair. And then also, a lot of the times people's hair isn't hydrated. So when you put oil on your hair, you're sealing in dryness because oil isn't going to hydrate or moisturize your hair. It's just going to seal and or nourish your hair. But that's not like moisture or hydration. And also moisture and hydration are two different things. So only water will hydrate, which is like water molecules infused into your hair. And then moisturizers are more like moisturizing ingredients and properties that kind of add to that hydration or enhance the hydration. So yeah, that's why water-based products are like the key. Janice says, will do. Perfect. Lola says, agreed. Super simple. I have to try your cornrow braid out when I get down to 2 braids. You said to be careful with oil. Do you not use the Mael Sweet Almond Oil anymore? I don't remember the last time I used that oil. And it's not because it's not a good oil, but it's because I just don't use oil really in my regimen at all at this point. Even with this, I did my hair in a wash and go. I didn't use oil to seal. I used like 5 drops of marula oil when I was fluffing my hair out this morning, just because I didn't want my hair to get frizzy. And that's like the main time that I'll use oil, just like, you know, giving your hands a little bit of slip when you're putting it in your hair so you're not frizzing out your curls. And then sometimes, very rarely, when I'm like re-moisturizing through the week, if my hair is like extra dry, I'll put a good amount of a water-based leave-in in my hair, and then I'll put oil on top to seal that in so I can get to my next wash day without my hair drying out. But usually I infuse all of my moisture on wash day. So yeah. Lola says, I use spring water when hydrating. Tap water is too hard. Is distilled water better though? I think that's like a personal opinion. It just depends. It just depends on how you feel. If you feel like spring water is working, then I would just stick with it. Unless you notice that your hair gets a lot of buildup very quickly, and even when you clarify, that buildup is hard to get off, then maybe I would look into getting distilled water. But I don't think it really matters unless you notice something bad. So since you already have a simple regimen, that's how you can kind of know when you need to change something. If you notice bad negative effects, then you can change something. But if something is working fine, there's no reason to change it. But okay, so we're hitting the 42-minute mark. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and put them in. I'm going to say we'll be on here for another 5 minutes, and then I'm going to head out. Janice says, Janice, I'm sorry, says, how long do you wear your wash and goes before rehydrating? So rehydrating to me sounds like washing. So I will typically go about 7 to 9 days with my wash and go. I used to only like to wear my wash and goes for 3 to 4 days, but I've noticed that lately, because my hair is so hydrated and so moisturized, that I can go longer without it becoming very tangled. So I go about 7 to 9 days before I wash my hair with any style that I'm wearing. And then if I'm re-moisturizing, like just throughout the week, not wetting my hair down to wash it, I will re-moisturize whenever I feel like my hair needs it. So around the 3 to 4 day mark for me right now, again, because I'm just at a really, really good point in my regimen. But if you're struggling with dryness with your hair, I would re-moisturize whenever you feel that your hair needs it. So that could be twice a day, that could be once a day, that could be once every 2 days. Like, you just have to listen to your hair. Yvette says, I would like to know why your hair is the same length for years. My hair has been growing, actually. My hair has grown a lot. My hair never stays the same length. Like, even when I cut it, my hair has grown. Like a month later, I'll notice that my hair has gotten longer. So my shrinkage kind of makes it look like my hair stays the same length. And also, I did recently in November, I cut off like 6 inches of hair. So that might be the reason, but my hair does not stay the same length. Charlene says, with low porosity hair, are you supposed to rinse your conditioner out with cold water or warm water? So with low porosity hair, I do think it's a good benefit to rinse your deep conditioner out with cold water. And that's because with low porosity hair, you should be sitting under a hooded dryer or using a heat source when deep conditioning, so you can open up your cuticles. And then by rinsing with cold water, you're trapping the nutrients and some of those molecules in your hair strand, and also closing your cuticle again. But then when you go to style your hair, you can use warm water to reopen your cuticle and make it easier for you to put product in. And I feel that I definitely did start noticing a difference. I used to think it didn't matter whether or not you rinsed your hair with cold or warm water, but I noticed a really big difference in my shine and also frizziness. My hair got way less frizzy when I started rinsing my deep conditioner with cold water. Now, your detangling conditioner, you don't need to rinse that with cold water because you're about to put a deep conditioner in or whatever you're going to do next. So, the Prissy Scribe says, I'm just getting here. Did you move? No, no. I've been in this house for a little over a year now. So, no, I haven't moved. Lola said, I had a major catastrophe at month three. Glad I made that mistake early because I lost a lot of hair. It would have been worse later. Believe it or not, I use a medicated shampoo than a vinegar treatment. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes we try to like do so much to help our hair that we actually end up hurting our hair. That's actually what I've been doing with my skin lately. I've been doing so much that I've been hurting it. But I also made a really big mistake in my hair when I was transitioning, and I'm so glad I did it then. I got weave extensions. So I had like twisted extensions when my hair was transitioning, and I left them in for way too long. One, let's get that straight. Way too long. You should never leave extensions in for more than 4 to 6 weeks for normal strands, but for fine strands, really 2 weeks is pushing it. And I have fine strands, and I left it in for like 8 weeks. And my hair essentially was just so knotted, so matted. I was ripping hair out. It was so bad. I was crying when I was detangling. And I have never, ever, ever made that mistake ever again. But I'm glad I made it when I was transitioning like 10 years ago, as opposed to now when my hair is like, I worked so hard and then I would have had that mistake made. The Prissy Scribe says, I've never done a successful wash and go. My hair always comes out feeling dry, so I just give up. If your hair feels dry, you're not using the right products, and you're probably not giving your hair moisture overall in your regimen. So you would really need to understand your hair so that you can successfully style your hair. Your hairstyle, healthy hair responds to styling. If your hair isn't healthy, then it's going to show in your styles. All my styles look better, in everybody's styles, not just mine, but your styles will look much better when your hair is properly moisturized, hydrated, and cared for. So if you need help learning your hair, Prissy Scribe, click on the link in my bio that says get a free hair consultation with me, and I can help you understand your hair through my 6-week natural hair course. And it's called Master Your Natural Hair. I haven't even said that. You'll learn how to master your natural hair so you can feel confident in how you care for your hair and in your life. Janice says, did deep conditioning continuously help you to reach your moisture level? Yes. I have a few videos on deep conditioning. Deep conditioning is very, very important. Do not skip deep conditioning. If you take anything away from this video, don't skip deep conditioning. Lola's sticking up for me in the comments. I appreciate that. Melissa said, that's true. Your hair grew a lot from when I first started watching you. Yeah. And that's what I love about YouTube. I love that you can look back and like, I can see when my hair regimen like elevated, and I can see when I learned certain things. Like I'll say for another thing too, when in 2015, that was like about 5 years of me growing my hair. And I was just like, wow, my hair is not growing. My hair is so dry. What's going on? For 5 years, I didn't understand that I had low porosity hair. So for 5 years, I was doing all of these things that low porosity hair shouldn't do. I was using shea butter to quote unquote moisturize. Shea butter doesn't moisturize, it only seals. What else was I doing? I was using aloe vera straight, like just regular aloe vera. Aloe vera closes your cuticle. So on my already closed cuticle, I was like compacting it even more, like really repelling products. I was using deep conditioner and super thick like deep conditioners and products to moisturize. And I never understood why my hair was always so dry and why I could never do anything with it. It's because I didn't even know my porosity, the most important thing. And that was a game changer for me. Just knowing that alone changed the game. The Prissy Scribe says, my hair is always hydrated unless I do a wash and go. That's what's so weird. I'll look for your link. Thanks. If your hair is always hydrated until you do a wash and go, then it sounds like your hair just doesn't like wash and goes. And that's true for some people. That's very true. So it just may not agree with your hair identity, and you don't want to force your hair to do something that it doesn't want to do. So I would just listen to your hair. But okay. So that was about 5 minutes. I'm going to hop off. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed just talking to you guys, and also like talking to y'all just kind of let me like get everything out that I've been going through over these past few months. And now I feel like I could just go ahead and start like pumping out videos and I don't have to worry about like explaining like what's going on, you know? So I really appreciate y'all. I really love y'all. That's another thing I want to say. I love y'all. Thank you for hanging in there with me. Thank you for always showing up and just for bringing such wonderful energy and just being there for me, because I truly haven't really made a video for a while and y'all are still here. So I love y'all. I really, really appreciate y'all, like seriously. And let me know if you want to see any like certain videos. I'm on Instagram more often than not. It would be very hard to request a video if it's not on Instagram, or you can email me at hello@powerinyourcurl.com or DM me at PowerInYourCurl on Instagram. So yeah, thank you guys so much. I see all the love in the comments. I appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you, Smiling Danny. Thank you, Deasia. Thank you, Lola. Thank you, Melissa. I'll look out for you, Melissa, when you schedule your consultation. And for the rest of the day, you guys, I'm going to focus on, and I want you guys to focus on, just being calm within yourself so you can address every situation from that state of calm. Everything does not deserve a reaction. Everybody doesn't deserve a reaction. Also, actually, this is also what you guys focus on. The thoughts that you think, like more than half of them are negative. And what you think is what you become. So if you think something that's not going to help you get to where you want to go, don't even give it any attention. Like if it's not going to help you, don't give it any attention. Recognize the thoughts that aren't helping you, because even if you think it, it doesn't mean you have to believe it. Just because you think it, it doesn't mean that it's true. So if you feel like I can't do something, or I'm not worthy of this, or like nobody's going to listen when I say this, that's a false thought and you don't have to listen to it. So, okay. I'm going to head out now. I look forward to everybody who's booking appointments, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Bye. Have a blessed week as well. Bye, you guys.